is looking for Texas-sized ways to beat the heat.
There's been days where, above 100, 105 degree heat index.
Outside splash time and water cools the nerves of parents and kids.
Yeah, it's been really hot.
Millions across the country are sweltering, preferring to stay out of the sun and indoors, turning on the air conditioning. But dialing down the temperature is cranking up the pressure in the power grid. According to a summer reliability assessment by an organization that sets standards for the industry, the West and Midwest face possible grid failure in the months ahead. Some of the reasons cited include lack of capacity, construction on key transmission lines, drought in the West affecting hydro generators, and high heat driving up demand.
But it definitely is a concern with it being so hot. Not having AC inside is really uncomfortable.
And Texas high temps are putting strain on an electric grid that almost failed during demand from bitter cold in 2021. Now there's record power use in hot weather, more than 75,000 megawatts on June 16th alone.
We need to see that the regular generation fleet, the thermal fleet, what they call the dispatchable fleet, what the viewer knows is a generator we can turn on and off, that they're ready to answer the call. And we've had 10 years of disinvestment.
Energy policy analyst Ed Hurst says the state hasn't done enough to ensure all energy sources are resilient during weather extremes, but adding renewable energy has helped avoid blackouts so far.
25 to 30,000 could be wind and solar combined, which really relieves the strain on the natural gas, coal, and nuclear units.
Yet it's only June and some leaders fear a repeat of summer 11 years ago when some Texas cities had 100-degree-plus days for months.
We do not have enough generation in the ground that's dispatchable, and we're not going to this summer. It takes more than a year to build out the kind of infrastructure you need to meet the kind of demand that we have.
Texas State Senator Nathan Johnson oversees energy policy. He thinks the Texas grid remains vulnerable, despite the governor's vow to fix it last legislative session.
But we're flirting with a big problem if we aren't simultaneously doing more to incentivize this additional generation.
Weather-weary parents hope the power stays on.
A water feature or an indoor playground are really our only options for all to see right now.
Otherwise, they'll be outdoors in the splash pad a lot more.
It does feel like summer's getting longer and longer and hotter and hotter.